Alright, the next part is going to be unwrapping all the hard surface body parts. So we're going to get started now. Select all of it. Okay, move this all down here. And let's start at the bottom. Or, actually, let's start going down this list. Alright, luckily, all of these are unwrapped on their own. However, the stars are not. So I'll go ahead and select a star, hit U, unwrap. Yep, and it didn't work because there's no seams. Go ahead and select. Nope, can't do that. Select all through here. Mark seam. Whoops, not there. Alt E to clear the seam. And we'll be doing the same to here. Holding down Control to select these faster. Mark seam. Holding down Control to mark these faster. Mark seam. Go to the other side now. Select all these. Mark seam. Oops, selecting all these. Alt E, mark seam. Selecting all these again. Mark, oh, not bevel weight. Mark seam. Now we just unwrap. Unwrap them one at a time to hopefully put them all in the same plane. Since they're all going to be the same and they're so small, we can honestly reuse their UVs for all of them. Yep, move them out here. And put these real small. Put them at the top right here. Let's go to try to get it as small as possible because there's a lot to do here. There we go. Alright, the beads are done. Alright, next the arms. You can also go to the back. I tend to put my seams on the arms about right here because this is where you would least see them. You unwrap. What is this part? Ah, there's an inside of this one. Mark seam. Unwrap. Mark seam. Unwrap. Alright. Selecting these three, and we'll move it over here. Because we need to do what we did with some of the other parts. And scale them like this. Whoops. 0, x 0, sy 0, sy 0. Unwrap. Whoops, not unwrap. Follow active quads. Sometimes I do that. Whoops. Alright, now it should be fine. Follow active quads. Wow, whoops. Well, at least now you know how to troubleshoot it if yours starts looking like that. luckily, and it's almost perfect. SY0, SY0, SX0, SX0. SY0, SY0, SX0, SX0, and we're doing it here now. Alright, since these two are that area, they're going to be kind of smaller. So I'll put them over here. X, move them closer. This can honestly go smaller. Let's go to make these smaller. Alright. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the refs. Yep, the arms are pretty much exactly the same, so I don't need to not make these not overlap. So now I'll do it to this one now. Seam on the inside and around. This is going to be an interesting one. I'll go ahead and put a seam here. And then put one here. Go ahead and deselect that one there though. Mark seam. Unwrap. That unwrapped really good. Do the same to here. SY0, SY0, SX0, SX0. Follow active quads. Alright, same to this one. Alright. This can be pretty much as big as this one here. However, this little bit needs to go pretty small, about the same size as these. And this one can go extremely small, because that's just the top. Alright, the arms are done, because the seams and everything will be mirrored. So we can hide the arm beads, hide the arms, the eyebrows. They're also mirrored, so that's great. Go in a solid view. Selecting the loop around here. Yep. Let's actually deselect right here. Alt-E, mark seam. Unwrap. Yep, that's perfect. Moving this up. H. Alt-E, mark seam. Mark seam. Unwrap. Eyebrows are done. Face eyelids. Are these mirrored? Not a mirror. So these might be a little more difficult to unwrap. Let's see what it looks like though. Actually, doesn't look too bad. Okay. SX -1. Huh. Let's actually delete this half. Select here, unwrap. Select these two and unwrap. Scale them in a little bit. Hide them. And for the eyelids here, go ahead and just select an edge. Select here, delete faces. Yep, that'll be fine. Mark seam, unwrap. Alright, now we got those two. Just move them up, make them small. H. dim small, put them here. Mirror. And yep, we're still good. Apply the mirror. Face. Now which part of the face is that? Ah. Okay. E. Can honestly select these two parts here. And let's do bottom right here. Bottom, I'll go to back. Bottom part right here. Alt E, mark seam. U, unwrap. Looks great. Put that up. Do the exact same for this part. Mark seam. Select the inside of the eyes right here. Mark seam. Same with the mouth, so does it cave in? Okay, let's see how that looks. You unwrap. Looks pretty good. I'm however gonna wrap the face part again because I kind of like it to be facing. Ooh, what's this part? I'm gonna rotate the. Whoops, come on now. Rotate the face part here because I want it to be facing normally. Wrap. Want the eyelids to kind of image. Pack eyelids. Kind of want the eyelids to be on the same place. There we go. Almost a mirror of each other. Scale them down a little bit. Mouth is perfectly fine. I will have to re-wrap. Nope, not that part. Come on now. I will re-wrap this part. There we go. Move that up here. And face has been unwrapped. Face cheek decor. I think all these are going to be fine. This one, though, is going to be a different color. So let me look at the refs again. Yep. So this one needs to go this way. These four are a different color, so they need to go to a different place. These, however, are not. So I can just move them down here. And the ones on this side of the face are a different color, so I can leave them there. And that's all the face decor already done for us. Let's go roll them down, and now we can go to the next one. Ooh, the hands. Luckily, the mirror modifier is still on there, so it won't be too bad. View selected. Alright, first we're going to cut up the hand here. Mark seam. Unwrap. SY0, SY0, SX0, SX0. Smart UV project. Move that off a little bit and hide it. And we got a lot of those around here. So the hand's gonna be a little tedious to do, but we have to do it. So I'll select in here, here. Let's unwrap the hand first so we have more room. Selecting here. Since it is just a cube subdivided a lot, this should be a good unwrap right here. Unwrap. Clear seams. I think I can do better. That's better. Alright, hide the hand. The hand inner parts. You unwrap. Perfect. Off screen, I will flatten these out so you guys don't have to watch me do that, because that will take up a pretty good bit. Alright. So select these again and hide them. Selecting, whoops, here. Alt E, mark seam. Do the same for the inside here. And cut them down the center. Deselect that portion. Deselect these portions. E, mark seam. Unwrap. Perfect. I'll also do the flattening of these out later. The hands are real tedious. You will discover that on every model you do. These are generally not fun at all. You could also have saved time by just doing this first and then duplicating that, which I should have done, but sometimes I forgot to do. So that's a tip for you if you do this later. Mark seam. Unwrap. That looks good as well. Let's see what this looks like if it just done that. That doesn't look too great. I can do better. Mark seam. Now let's see what it looks like. That looks a lot better. So do this to all of them. Mark seam. Wrap. There we go. Moving these up. Hide them. All that's left is the thumb parts. Just do that one. Oh, not bevel weight. Mark seam. Unwrap. Straighten that out later. Mark seam. Mark seam. Hiding these. Unwrap. And doing the same for the thumb. Alright, hands done. Now we go to the bottom part of the legs. Select the inside of them. E, mark seam. Same right here. I could honestly delete that part, I believe. Now that part needs to stay, but this part can go. And how much of that can also go? Fabric. I want to say there is fine. Delete these because we're just going to mirror it. Unwrap. Unwrap. Whoops. SY0, SY0, SX0, SX0. Follow active quads. Do it to this one too. It's gonna take a good bit. moving these over here, and go ahead and apply that mirror. The lips. Alright, this is gonna be a funny one. Let's go ahead and put one here and here. Mark seam. Put one on the inside of the lips right here. And let's just see how that looks. Pretty good, actually. That came out actually really nice. Alright, lips are done. The moon face should also come out pretty easily too. Mark seam. Alright, let's just see how this looks now. Mark seam. Let's go ahead and cut an edge right here. This will also help accentuate the hard edge that this area has. Alt E, mark seam. And let's try this now. Looks pretty good. I'll go ahead, however, and put a seam at the cheek part right here. Just so this ain't one long rope. Yep. SY0. Turn that part off and just select everything. SY0. SY0. SX0. SX0. Follow the quads, scale it down. There we go. Now it looks fine. Alright, moon face is done. The star, we can honestly just delete now. We don't need it no more. Sunbeams. I'll just leave them like that. If I really need to, I'll just... Yeah, I think it's safe to leave them like this. Teeth for the moon. I believe I left them 2D. Yeah, so just unwrap. Apply the mirror. Now unwrap. That looks good. Teeth for the sun now. Go ahead and select all the edges here. Go ahead and turn off the refs now. Alt E, mark seam. I'll go ahead and once again select everything through here just to mark it as sharp, because I noticed that this one wasn't. So Alt E, edge crease, just kind of strengthen that a little bit and put it at .95. Alright, I gotta fix something here. Item, turn that to 0. crease. I believe once I crank this up to 2, fixing this little edge here. EM at center. There we go, it looks better. Do the same on this side too. EM at center. Yep, it's bad on the back too. There you go. This could have, I should have caught this while modeling it. Alright. Delete faces. Dissolve. M at center. M at center. Go ahead, delete these now. Same here. This ain't looking too good. That's where it's right here. Delete faces. Do the same thing that we did to the other side. M at center. Knife tool. Cut it all the way around. Alright, how's this looking now? I think if we bring all these together at center, then we should have a decent looking topology. There we go. Now that looks a little better. And mark sharp didn't do anything. I'll E, edge crease. Yep, turn that down just a little. There we go. Now we just have to unwrap it again. And it looks good. Alright, the final part, the torso. Alright, first let's go ahead and see how this is unwrapped. Okay, luckily I believe I could go select the by trait. Select sharp edges. Let's try it again. Select sharp edges. Deselect this. Alt-E, mark seam, and let's see how that unwrapped. Pretty badly, okay. Well, that was just a test for me. Alt-E, clear seam. Edge select, selecting here. Selecting through here as well. Alt-E, mark seam. And that should unwrap it pretty good, nice. Yep. Forgot to put the edge here. I was wondering why it looked a little strange. There we go, that looks better. Now I just gotta put it back in there. Alright. Hide it. And moving all this off screen and hiding it. Next is this one, which I believe is gonna be, yep, kinda easy. Let's actually unwrap this tube here, just so I can move it out of the way for later. Yep. Unwrap each. Selecting here and here. Mark seam, and this should unwrap good. Yep. Just got to do the SY0, SY0, SX. Follow the active quads and just select everything and move it out. Alright, I believe these can be unwrapped by just pressing U. Yep, that looks fine. Doing it here too. These are two different colors on some of the refs, so I'll unwrap them individually and move them out. Unwrap this in the back because I believe this seam will be hidden by the bow. Very nice. Alright, now we start the body. Which I think all I gotta do is just add a loop cut here. Let's actually unwrap the breast first. And that looks good. It's because they take up so much room. Unwrap that part too. Good, move that out of the way as well. Alright, time to put the seam in. Mark seam, unwrap, and that's the body completely unwrapped. Alright, now we just have to put all these UVs on the one tile and we should be good now. Select all, E, select all again, and just move them up. Alright. Oh, these were part of the arms. These are supposed to be part of the endo bits. I'll fix that later. Just gonna parent them first and then move them into endo. Alright. Select all these again. Alt H. Turn on this. Alright, now we can start. These are going to be very small, so I'll put them here. I'll go ahead and, after this, start with the biggest part, which will be the chest. Alright, these are the underside of the breast, so they're going to be smaller. So I'll shrink that down a little bit, put it about right here. Shrink that down a lot more. This would be the chest, so it takes up a lot of space. The bigger the object is, the more space you want to put it on the UV grid, because that's how much detail that area is going to get. And from far away, you're going to notice more detail on the body than you will be like this area. Alright. So we got the body done. Now we just need to do these sun rays part. Since they're all the same, I'll just take them all. They don't need to be that big, so I'll put them right down there. Okay. This is the hook on their back, so I can be small. What's this? What is that? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Just unwrap. Fix it back up. You are... Yep, the tube. I can make that real small because that's only in such a tiny area. But the hook here, go ahead and make it a little smaller. And put that somewhere. Go ahead and put it about at the bottom here. Should probably start with the arms now. Whoops, not hide them. Scale these down a little bit, put them about right here. Alright, scale these up and I'll place them right here. Actually, about right there. Just selected these now and moving them about right here. Okay, what's next? I believe these are... Yep, so which part's this? The inside. That will rarely be seen, so I'll make it small. Let's put it in here. This is a long end, so I'll put it right here. Alright, it's part of the leg. What's this? I believe that's the back side of the head, so I'll make that just a little bit bigger and put it about right here. Right. Moon face is important, so this is also going to take up a pretty good bit. Almost as much as the body. So there's that face. The actual moon face here. Just divide up the UV with just the moon half. And I believe these are the inside of the eye. Scaling it down and putting it right here. Alright, what is this? Up the inside of the body here. Scale that down and put it right here. That's the mouth of the moon. Put it there. I believe this is the back of one of the heads. Yep, so that doesn't need to be too big. Put it about right there. Alright, now I'm just going to move all this down here. File, save. Alright. Inside the eyes. The eyelids and whatnot. Go ahead and scale them down. Individual origins. For the eyelids, they're going to be a little bit bigger. They're going to take up more space on the board, so I'll put them about right here. While the eyebrows are just going to be pitch black, so I'm just going to put them right here. Alright. All of these will go in a different area. Alright. This is pretty big, so it's going to take up a pretty good chunk. Put it about right there. Yeah, it looks a pretty good size. These here are pretty much the same size too. And they're going to be a solid color, so I'll just scale them down and put them here. Bunch of little crosses. Should probably not have that one be that close. Alright, what else? I'm going to go ahead and select all the hand stuff that I'll have to do off screen and move it up. That is the inside of the mouth, so I'll scale it down and bring it over. It honestly looks fairly complex when it's done, but in reality it's not. What are these? Okay. Scale these down. Select both. Ah. Okay, well, I'm just going to delete that part, and I'll just UV unwrap it later. I mean, duplicate it and mirror it later. Alright, this should be... Oh yeah, that's all the hand parts, so what's here? These are the buttons. Individual origins, scaling them down. I'll put these right in here. That's the neck area. So I'll go ahead and flatten this one too. What is this part? That's actually pretty big, so I'll let it take up a pretty good bit of space. Yep. The eyelid, the eyebrow, that can be pretty small. I'll put it inside the face and just, whoops, make it smaller. There we go. What are you? You're... Ah. Yeah, this is just the eyebrow, like, inside, so that's... This is going to be real small. I could put it inside of here as well. Because no one's going to see it, but it still needs to be colored just a little. Okay, the teeth now. Oh, select the lips. What are you? The lips can be about right here. We can probably make them a little smaller. Now just gotta move these around. Okay. The teeth now. Scaling these down on the medium point. on the individual origins, alongside the actual teeth here. Make sure they're about the same size. Select them all. Whoops. And move the teeth in here. Alright, all that's left is whatever these are. What are they? Ah, the ribbons. Okay. Scale them up. Let's find a place to put them. Which I think they can all go right here. Scale them down. Alright. And now that's the body unwrapped, with the exception of the hand, which I will do on my own time. But that's a good time to end the recording.